Well, that card was flipping over, which is really good to know. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for watching A Touch of Tarot. This is going to be a reading for April 30th. Even though it's timeless, I'm trying to pick up what's coming in now, May 1st. And to be honest, we had the Wheel of Fortune try to pop out there and it went back in. So that means there's going to be changes coming for many of you. Let's see what else we get here. I want to thank you all for your subscriptions, your likes. I truly appreciate that. As many of you know, I've stopped putting on the comments now, which is great for me personally. So I'm going to take the 3 top cards, see what they're saying. So there's some sort of changes coming in. We have the Hermit, introspection, the Ace of Wands, energy, action, new beginnings, right? And we have the Queen of Swords, fairness. Sorry. So for some of you, this is what I'm picking up. I'm going to say it. For some of you, you had something that was almost turning into a bad habit, to be honest with you, because you were being a bit too patient with it and thinking about it a bit too much. And it's almost like you became dependent on that, and you were almost growing energy that you didn't actually want. Now, I know there's a little beautiful baby here, and yeah, that's beautiful, but I'm just saying you were feeding the wrong energy. And there's something here about you coming to a realization of that and balancing things out so you can now start feeding the right energy here. Just because the fact that, the Wheel of Fortune card tried to come out before anything, it says that you're changing your ways about how you were handling a situation, how you were dealing with a situation. You may have been overthinking this situation because it was out of balance and your energy was out of balance. So a balance of energy is coming into play here because we have that in the center. So a lot of you are becoming more centered. So moving forward now, this month of May is looking great, to be honest with you, because you are moving forward with fairness to yourself and giving yourself energy to balance yourself out. You've had a lot of time you were thinking about something. I really do feel like in the past you were overthinking, okay? Transformation. So literally, you're putting yourself through a transformation here. And we have the Habit card with transformation. You're transforming out of an old way, of an old pattern, an old way of thinking. This is just what I'm picking up. I mean, I can't make it any more clearer. We could start reading off signs here, but they really don't matter. I mean, Virgo, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. We have a Scorpio here. We have strong Scorpio here. We have Capricorn here. We have Geminis, Aquarius, even Libras here. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Someone is coming through a serious transformation, and I really feel that it has to do with changing the way you think about things in order to create what you actually want. It's like, this pumpkin, I hope you guys can see it, the pumpkin has somewhat of an evil face. So in the beginning, you may have been talking to other people around you because this woman is surrounded by people. You may have been feeding the energy to what you didn't want. And deep inside of that pumpkin was this innocent little baby. And now that you're opening up and you're balancing things out in your life, you're giving this beautiful light an opportunity to shine, an opportunity to come out. You have definitely moved away from things that were hurting you. Or if you haven't yet, you will right now, moving forward. So keep that in mind. You don't need to do things that hurt yourself or think things that hurt yourself. Imprisonment. This is a message here for sure, because I'm looking at the Queen of Swords. Your thoughts were literally eating away at you. 8 of Swords, being imprisoned. You had to learn to be flexible. There's a strong energy here of balance. So I'm hoping to move out of this and see, There's something from your past that's bothering you more than anything, because remember, and you're self-judging yourself instead of looking at new opportunities. Remember, this is a dinosaur here. So it may be something that gave you shame, to be honest. You may have felt shame because it's in a glass ball, right? And you may have fed that energy of shame. The Two of Pentacles does show balance, but it also shows a woman covered in shrimp. It's almost like being covered, things from your past. I see 2 clocks here. Covered in shame, because shrimp are the bottom feeders, and I'm not putting down shrimp or anything like that, but I'm just saying you may have felt like you were not worthy of everything you are worthy of, and you may have carried that around and thought everyone else thought that of you and judged yourself. So keep that in mind. This message is definitely for someone. I don't know how many people, could be many, if it's you. 2 cards are coming out here. So we have 10 of Cups and the Star card, hope and contentment. So what this literally says is that you do have to move forward and be content with you have to let the past go. You actually, instead of hope, I'm hearing faith. Like, you have to have faith that you are completing a cycle, moving forward, and that you've grown. These 2 cards are so beautiful compared to the other 4 beyond it, right? This is about growth, releasing, letting go of the past, following the future, like following with hope and faith, okay? There's something about hope and faith and love and going for what you wish and dream. For some of you, you actually have to move forward towards your dreams. And I'm not talking about a relationship. I'm talking about your actual dreams. The relationship comes always. Of course it comes. When you follow your dreams, because you know who you are at that point. You're doing what you love at that point, okay? Let's pull one more card from here. Beautiful. 9 of Cups. So you have a total energy here of, once you get in content, you become content in where you are in life, and stop trying to put yourself down about your past. Look at the present and appreciate it, and look at how much you've grown. Look at what comes in. Follow your dreams, follow your wishes, follow your star. 9 of Cups, complete satisfaction in this situation, okay? So this is really, so far, not talking about love too much. It's talking about self-love. Crown chakra. So when I did the reading live yesterday, we got that as the feminines, right? So this can be more for feminines than anyone. Here we have the change card again. And we have compassion. You actually got 2 of those cards yesterday. Divine Feminine. So this is a strong message for the Divine Feminine right now. Just want to see. Okay, good. If the masculine was there too, I would have said that. So many of you have raised your frequency. I'm picking up very strong indigo purple energy, psychic abilities, healing, relaxation, reassurance, psychism, spiritual truth. You're gaining spiritual power. You're healing. For some of you, you may have had almost like a bipolar issue or some sort of a mental issue, which could have just been you going up and down, but you've definitely risen here. There's a strong energy of someone going through a huge transformation here. There's been a huge change in your, I want to say exterior, but interior as well, because you see how this box, it broke through this cycle. It broke through this circle. And so there's a bit of a change people can actually see, though it's a huge change within. But people can actually visibly see some of this within you. You may look more graceful. You may look more calmer. You may have that appearance to you. You may have a sweeter energy to you because you've released the old. And now you're birthing anew. This comes with being content with where you are and to stop worrying about what you didn't achieve just yet, what hasn't happened just yet, what other people around you have. Compassion. Frequency of compassion supports the ability to stand by others without judgment. And remember, we had that judgment card at the bottom. I saw that. Unconditional love from source through our hearts and into the world. So this literally is about everything from within you kind of bursting out in a sense, and even your love and compassion for others and for yourself, because you're full of it, you know? So Divine Feminine, that's a very strong message for you. I'm going to also pull from the Goddess deck. Thank you, Gina, for this deck. I love it. I actually don't use it enough. And thank you for everyone that's booked readings. Really appreciate that. All my info is below. So I'm going to go with this card that came out on top, Generosity. It's about literally giving to yourself. I do see also reverence and beauty. So there's definitely been a change to your energy, and it's like you've elevated, you've grown. Over and over, like you've grown. I don't know why like 369 may be important to you. Those numbers are not here, but I'm calculating these very quickly in my mind. There's just a huge shift of energy here. I do want to, I have it right here because I was using it yesterday. Generosity is the first card, and I will read a couple lines from that. There's a universal law that centers on understanding generosity and flow. So basically, you are, okay, because you're becoming so in alignment, the truth is you give, you get. You think, you receive. There is a flow to this. It's the flow of nature. It's the flow of the world. And whether or not you want to admit it, you know, some people don't want to admit that, but there is a truth to it. You treat people good, you get good. You do good, you get good. And if bad stuff happens, it's okay. It's testing you. And that is normal to be tested. How are you going to react to it? Are you ready to still give the good unconditionally? If so, you pass the test. Okay, Reverence. Now is the time to view your world through the lens of peace, harmony, and reconciliation. Wow. The domain of the Lotika, goddess, white buffalo calf woman. It's time to leave the right, wrong, good, bad, zero-sum game world behind and enter a space where you can find the sacred ground of sharing without guilt and negotiating from a desire that everyone benefits. You will be so glad you did. So this is keeping everyone in mind. As I said, even if something bad comes your way, it's time to just give with generosity and not worry. Don't worry about anything. And beauty, I'm going to read some of the beauty, but to be honest, I really pick up this energy that you are also changing externally for some of you. You may notice, I don't know, your skin is glowing, your eyes are brighter. Something about your energy is more attractive now because you've become more at peace with yourself, okay? You are most lovely when you are being yourself. The Japanese God of beauty reminds you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being in a physical body requires self-care. So some of you have taken up maybe even a yoga class or some sort of actual physical activity, or you're just pampering yourself, maybe taking longer walks, meditating, taking nice baths, salt baths to clear your energy. This is beautiful. This is definitely a reading for the Divine Feminine. I am going to do a Divine Masculine after. So let's get a final card here and see what these cards are saying for you. Wow, pure nature. This is beautiful. I do want to read from the book, which I have right here. This is actually one of my favorite cards here. It actually has to do with youth and beauty as well. Grace blooming, youth, freshness. This young girl is flourishing as she develops into a woman. She loves her body and is aware of her unique beauty. Just as the girl does, cherish the beauty nature has given to you. See the softness and grace and keep the secret of youth in your heart. The red pony symbolizes, yep, oh, peony. Sorry, it's a flower because I'm looking at a ponytail. Respect and honor, ideals that must be recognized in ourselves before we can genuinely share our true nature with others. So you take that message as it resonates. Clearly, it resonates with all of the other messages. Thank you so much, Divine Feminines, for this reading and taking the time to watch this. This is truly meant for you, and I hope it does bring some awareness to anything you may be questioning. Bye for now.